The purpose of this video is to show you how the Balanced Health Client Record and Point of Sale system could be helpful to your business. To that end, we're going to enter a new client, schedule an appointment, record the session, create a follow-up appointment, create a sale, receive the payment, order products, receive those products, and deliver the products to the client. So let's get started. To enter a new client, go to the client screen, enter a new client, and for my demonstration I'm going to call this person new client. Type in their name and phone number. And we'll go to the calendar and enter them in on Monday the 9th at 10 o'clock. By clicking in that time slot, start typing their name and the system will autofill as soon as you type enough characters to make it unique. You can also click the down arrow and choose from any client that you already have in your system. Hit the enter key and ask me how many half-hour time slots to allocate for this appointment. This is going to be a 1/2 hour massage, so I'll allocate just the one slot. If I allocated 2, 3, or 4 slots, that entire area, say I allocated 4 slots, between 10 and 12 would show yellow in the color of the initial time slot, so you know that that's allocated to that new client. When the client comes in, click their name. Name shows up in the search box down below. Click the massage button, and the massage screen shows up. This is the place for the soap notes. I also have a place where you can click the muscles that you work, left and right, and this also shows you which body system relates to the different muscles so that you can give the client some information about the fact that if they continue to work specific muscles, you might want to indicate to them that they may benefit by looking to support those particular systems. For demonstration, I'm going to say that the client is complaining about sore shoulders and lower back. And we're finding that we needed to work on the upper trapezius muscles left and right. We also need to work the psoas muscle, which from a massage therapy perspective can be difficult. As a sidebar, if you were to learn some of the techniques within the Touch for Health kinesiology toolkit, you'd actually be able to work that psoas without working so deep. But that's for a future class. So we indicate where we worked and the notes. When we close the soap notes, a screen comes up that allows you to enter any recommendations that you may have for this client. So I'll just make something up here. I need to focus more on the water, say. You might have, through muscle testing perhaps, if you do that, you may have found that they needed enzymes for the digestive system. And you'll note I typed a stock number in, and the stock number, after I hit the enter key, was replaced with the name, and the stock number moved to the stock number column. The cursor then moved to the breakfast column. We type, we recommend one at breakfast, one at lunch, one at dinner, nothing at bedtime. You can also type a description. Say they came in with a vitamin C they want to use. If I precede the description with a space bar, it will not autofill. So you can type anything you like that way. I recommend that take one of those in the morning. You can also start typing the name, and anything that happens to be in your list of products will autofill. You can also click at the right end of the column, and a list of the items that you have in your database will show up, from which you can choose by double clicking. The Enter key. Okay. Now you worked up the program. You'd like to see them in a week to see how they're doing. So I'm going to type 1 week for a follow-up. And the system will calculate for the items that are in your database the number of containers they need to get them through the length of time of the program. They've chosen to purchase those items from us. I typed on each in the purchase column and add that to their order. We want to set a follow-up time, and the system will go back to the calendar, the number of weeks you've indicated forward. So in this case, 1 week forward. They want to come back in at 10 o'clock on a Monday and start typing their name and autofills. This time they want a 1 hour session, so I'm going to type 2. And highlights and goes back to the visit screen with the appointment listed. Print the program, I'll preview it so that you can see. The follow-up time is there. The recommendations are here, as well as the counts of containers they'll need for that length of time, and the contact information. It's all right there for them. We'll create an invoice by clicking the button. It reminds me to print the program, which I've done. And it goes back to their client record so that you can, in fact, change anything you need to there before you create your invoice. We'll create a new invoice by clicking Create New button. And the items we indicated automatically populate the invoice. We can see over on the right that every later box is checked. And why is that? Because I do not have any of these items in my inventory at this point. If I highlight the items and go through, I can see by looking in the back order column that they're all on back order. I'm going to charge them for the massage session, of course, and we can enter an item several different ways. You can enter it by clicking the box next to the vendor and typing in the stock number. If a barcode is appropriate and you have a barcode reader, you can scan the UPC code. You can also select from your list of items in your database, which you can sort according to the vendor, the description, forward or backward, or the stock number, whatever works best for you. I'm going to pick the half-hour massage by double-clicking on it. I did not want the acidophilus in there. It's easy to get rid of. You highlight it and move the item. And it reminds me to enter the item with a quantity of -1. So we'll do that. And I'm going through this so you can see that if you do make mistakes, it's easy to move forward and back out of them. So select the vendor, type the stock number in. I selected myself as the vendor, -1. and it comes back and says I can't find this vendor because acidophilus is not a product from me. It's a product from Nature Sunshine. -1. And enter when I'm through entering items, you see the quantity is changed to 0. So my point here is to show you how easy it is to move forward and create the invoice, even if you do choose things you didn't want, enter quantities you didn't want. It's all covered. So make this simple system function well for you. The items here, subtotal of 125.40. There is no tax because I'm in a state with no sales tax, but if you were in a state with sales tax, that would show up in the tax item box. You could type any discounts you'd like, add shipping if you're going to ship these items. Let's go and pay for this. Go to the payment screen. You can accept cash, up to 3 different checks, up to 3 different credit cards, any combination. The system does not process credit cards, but it gives you a place to record that information so the receipt will show what cards they used. For the sake of demonstration, I'm going to say they provided me $5.40 in cash. They gave me a check for $20, check number 123, and they put the rest on their plastic. 100 on card ending 4568. Visa. Click the down arrow and choose from any of the cards you have in your system as well. Hit the enter key, and it calculates the card cost because I entered the costs associated with my card into the system. Process the payment, and you can print 1 copy of the receipt, 2 copies, email a copy, any combination. I'm going to preview it so you can see what the receipt looks like. And it shows the Proactazyme is on back order, food enzymes on back order, IFC is on back order, the acidophilus quantity of 0. There's a half-hour massage, the total. If I scroll down, I will see they gave me $5.40 in cash, check number 123 for $20, and credit card ending 4568 for $100. Now they paid for these items, but they didn't receive them because they're all on back order. So we're going to need to order those items. So let's go to the inventory screen. I'm going to create a purchase order for Nature Sunshine. You can have up to 10 different suppliers in this system. It comes with the Nature Sunshine product line. And I'm going to add the back orders to this purchase order by simply clicking the Add Back Order button. I'd like to put 2 on my shelf, so I'll add 2 for my inventory. And the system will order 3 Proactazyme, 3 food enzyme, 3 IFC, which are the 2 I want for the shelf, as well as the 1 that's on back order. When I click the Go button, because I've got the site information put in there, it creates an order file called order.txt, which is what's called a comma delimited file. It's a very common format, and if the vendor that you have reads that format, this gives you an opportunity to upload the items without you having to enter them into their purchase or into their invoice. So I click OK, and it goes to their site. Now I'm not going to go through this because I don't want to place that order. It shows you how easy it is to do. Once you complete the purchase order, You'll receive an order number, which you type in, and after you type in the order number, the system will remind you no changes are allowed after you type in the order number because the order is complete. Yes, the order date shows up. All the buttons that allow you to make changes go away, so you can't modify this purchase order once it has been completed, which is exactly what you want. I'll close this out. The time goes by, the order comes in, I'd like to receive it. Click the Receive a Purchase Order button, double click on the order, and check the order, find out that all those items are in, and click Receive All Items. Now if there were items missing, then what you would simply do is select the line item and uncheck the Receive box, and the purchase order will stay open until such a time as when you indicate that those items have come in. In this case, they're all received. Click the Close button, and just to show you what happens, I'll go to the stock number. 1525 is one of those stock numbers, and you can see the Design currently has 3 in stock, and we have clients waiting for 1. We certainly want to fill that. So I'm going to go to Process the Received Orders, and here we can see that new client is waiting for no acidophilus, 1 IFC, 1 food enzyme, and 1 prolactozyme. We'd certainly like to deliver those items. We can see that they chose to pick them up. We've got their phone number, their contact information, their email, if that was in their record, would show up here as well, which you can send them an email notifying them that the items are here. If I click this Fill All Items button, what would happen is it would print a packing slip for each and every item and indicate those items are in the waiting area, which I call the shelf quantity. I'll select one of them just so you can see the difference. Fill one item, the IFC, and you can see the quantity they want is still 1, of course. It's no longer on back order. We now have 2 on hand instead of the 3, and one of them is sitting on the shelf waiting for them. Once they come in and pick up those items, you go back to the screen and you can mark that as being picked up. And now it changes, nothing on back order, nothing on the shelf, and the item has been delivered. So you can look at the screen and see the status of each and every item for everything that is incomplete. Fill all items, and I'll mark them as being picked up. The reports are also available, so you can list the items, for example, that need to be shipped as opposed to picked up. You can sort any of these columns by clicking on the heading, forward or back. So you can do whatever you need to do to make your job easier. Return to the calendar. They have their items, and they're ready for the follow-up time next week. Move forward the number of weeks we want, in this case 1, you can see their follow-up time. We can search backwards for them or forward to find their forward and back appointment. So click backwards. Client doesn't have an appointment prior to today, so it's not going to find anything. Click forward from today, and it will indicate the client has a follow-up time on the 16th at 10 o'clock, which we can choose to go to or not. So all the navigation tools are there. This gives you a brief overview of some of the capabilities of the Balanced Health Client Record and Point of Sale system. One of the other things I'd like to point out for you is that you may be accustomed to having to scroll through the SOAP notes to find the notes from the past visits. In this system, you can actually click the button Show Past Soap Notes, and it will list all the dates that the client has been there. And when you double click the date, it will show the soap notes from that particular date. So you don't have to scroll through everything to find what you're looking for. Just simply go to the date of their visit. A feature that you may find very helpful. So thank you for paying attention. I hope you find this system to be very helpful. And go to balancedhealth1.com to get a free copy for 30 days. After the 30 days, you have a choice. You can purchase it for $6.95, or you can lease it for another 30 days for $34.95. I priced this and structured this so that everyone that finds this of value to helping others will have access to it. So thanks again.